Hello. In this video we're going to do problem number 21 from assignment 3. It uses StatCrunch, but there's some features that I want to point out. So let's go to problem 21, assignment 3. Yours, of course, will look slightly different. A real estate agent wants to estimate the average size of those buying investment property in his area. He randomly selects 15 of his clients. Again, randomly is important because it helps ensure that the data are representative of the population you want to draw conclusions about. The data is shown. Assume that S equals 7.4. Use this information to answer the following questions. So the first question is that they want a 90% confidence interval. 90% confidence interval. We're going to use StatCrunch to solve this. Notice this little icon here. If you mouse over, it's going to say click to copy table. I'm going to click on that, and I've got some options. I can open it in StatCrunch. I can copy the entire table to the clipboard. I can make copies of it from comma separated to semicolon to space to tab. We're just going to open it in StatCrunch. The other options are for should you wish to do this in some other stat program. StatCrunch opens up. If you notice, the data is now in variable 1. So let's find that confidence interval. Stat, t-statistics, one sample with data, because here we're actually using the real data. When we do that, this window pops up. We first select the column that we care about. The column we care about is variable 1 or var1. We could change that if we want, but we're not going to. Next week, module 4, we're going to cover hypothesis testing. Here we're going to look at confidence intervals. 90% confidence interval, I'll just change that level to 0.90 and calculate. And when I calculate, here's what pops up. The variable name, the sample mean, the standard error, which is the square root of the variance of the sample divided by the sample size, degrees of freedom, which for a one sample case is just the number of data points n minus 1, then the lower limit and the upper limit for the confidence interval. So I'll just go ahead and type those in. Use ascending order round to one decimal place. 41.0 and 47.75, that rounds up to 0.8. Check answer. Fantastic. Next question. Interpret it. This is a 90% confidence interval. That means we're 90% confident that the true population mean is in that interval. Which is B. Check answer. Voila. Part 3. Use a normal probability plot and box plot to assist in verifying the model requirements. Requirements of a t-test is that the data come from a normally distributed population, essentially that there's no outliers. Click the icon to view a box plot and a normal probability plot. Click. There's no outliers, symbolized by dots on the box plot. Here's a normal probability plot. For a perfect normal distribution, all the dots would follow along that diagonal line. For realistic distributions that are close to normal, they're going to be inside these hyperbolas. 95% of them will. Looks like all the assumptions of the t procedure are met. The requirements are met since the data lie within the bounds of the normal probability plot, and the box plot does not reveal any outliers. A. Check answer. Fantastic. And that was it. That's all there is to it. The key point here is we get to use StatCrunch, have it automatically import the data just by clicking on that icon. Very, very, very helpful, I think. So, we're done. I hope this was very helpful for you. Take care.